How can you improve your communication style? Hi, it's Bashi and Shanti. Welcome to Bashi Life Coaching YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about the communication styles, and we are going to go more into detail, and let's see how we can use them in our daily lives. Let's start with going through these three main communication styles. Just like I mentioned in the previous video, these communication styles can also be referred to as learning styles. And the basic ones, the three main ones, are visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. So first I'm going to try to explain to you how we learn, right? How different learning styles affect us and how we use them in our communication styles. These can be totally different, and these can be different when you were a kid and when you're an adult, and in different situations. So we always need to remember that we do not have only one style. We keep changing them. In different situations we apply different ones, and also we mix them. But we all have, each of us has a stronger style that we use. So let's try to understand how these work and what we can do about it to improve our communication. The first group is the visuals. The visuals are the majority of the society. Most of the humans are stronger in visuals. What does this mean when it comes to learning? So they are great learners through their visual senses. So when they see a picture, a graph, a blackboard, any kind of visual that you can imagine works for them. So these are the people who remembers things through their visual senses. And once they do, when it comes to communication, the visuals are the people who are trying to visualize the conversation in their head. So because to be able to do this, they talk really fast without having a lot of pauses, because they are mostly focused on these visuals in their eyes, in their images. So that's why they tend to look straight or up, because they are visualizing, they're imagining things. And because they talk very fast, they deep very shallow. So you can recognize these people when you observe these characteristics. Do you know any? Now let's continue with the second largest group, which is the auditory people. This group of people are stronger in their hearing senses. So when they learn better, much better when they hear something. You know this friend from school that, if you remember one, that when the teacher speaks and gives the lecture, they don't do anything. They just listen to the teacher and they just remember. They are great at remembering things. They remember conversations. So if you have a friend, a partner, a family member that is auditory, you know that the conversation or any kind of discussion that you have will be remembered. So these auditory people, when it comes to learning, the auditory learners can learn better through podcasts. They are really good at music. They when you talk to them, when it comes to communication, they tend to if it's a long hair person, tends to open the hair a little bit for the hearing to come better. They are the people who make head moves, like to move through the ears, and they speak really smoothly, because for them it's really important what they hear and what they hear from their mouth as well. So they speak very smoothly, and the toning is very important with them. So when you talk to them, when it comes to communication, you know that you have to arrange your tone really well. And the third group is kinesthetic people. The kinesthetic learners are not as many as visual or auditory learners. Kinesthetic learners are the people who learn better when they touch, when they try, when they do something. They are the students, or they are the people when they are learning, they take notes, because they touch the pen and they have to put their ideas and their learnings into action. So kinesthetic people, when in a conference, for instance, it's really difficult for them to sit down and listen. They just need to do action. It's really difficult for kinesthetic people, like myself, read books, because there's no action in this. So it's really difficult to concentrate. However, they are really good at role plays, at teamworks where they can actually do something. And also kinesthetic people, when it comes to communication, they are the people who speak very slowly. They take deep breaths, because they are turning all the information to feel into their senses, because they are putting it into action. So when we talk to a kinesthetic learner at communication, it's always good to understand how this communication, how the speech is affecting them. How does it make them feel? So how all this information can help me when it comes to communicating? First of all, first things first, it's very important to observe. So if I start observing today, think about it. How does your mom speak? How does your teacher speak? Or start observing them starting from this moment. Do they use their arms a lot? Are they kinesthetic? Do they speak really fast? Are they visuals? They are looking up. Just or they tend to hear more. They remember what you told them a week ago. Just let's try to observe and understand who has what style. And as I said before, we are humans and we are complicated creatures. So we don't have only one. We have a mixture. But we are always, each one of us is stronger at one of the senses. So what happens that when we observe this, the second step would be mirroring, because we like people who are like us. So if you're a visual person, and if I mirror you, and if I'm also talking about imagining things, if I'm also giving you examples with colors and charts and diagrams, then we will have a better connection. And also, apart from liking the people who are like us, it also helps us to adjust our delivering of message to the person who we have in front of us. For instance, visual people, they use, look, imagine this result. Or an auditory person, how does it sound to you? A kinesthetic person, oh, it makes me feel really good. As I mentioned before, we are communicating much better when it comes to a person who we have connection with. And the first connections can be established mirroring the other person. Try it. Give it a try. It will help you a lot. Observing, mirroring, and putting into action will help you to get better in your communication. These styles are basically studied in NLP. So in the next videos, we are going to be talking about NLP, and we will go more into more details and what we use NLP for and how it can help us during our life coaching sessions. Also, communication styles, the basic of life coaching is communication. So we will be communicating with each other and we will be understanding each other. And once we connect really well with great trust in the basic, then we will be able to build our relationship much better. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe. Do you know that I have Instagram profile as well that I keep posting? Please check it out. And if you like, follow me. And thank you so much for watching this video. Have a really good week, and see you next week with more information on NLP.